Hey guys, I wanted to record a message titled Complete Freedom and Everything You Could Ever Desire in Life Already Exists. And I'm excited to share this with you at House Fellowship tonight, as well as this weekend on Sunday. And if you're joining us, majority of every Sunday, sometimes we can't do it when we're traveling, but usually at 10 a.m. Mountain and 6 p.m. Mountain, which would be noon or 8 p.m. Eastern, you can join us live for online fellowship where we interact. You can ask questions, we share. You hear testimonies from people that are living this out, and you can find us at freedomministries.live. It's freedomministries.live, not freedomministries.org. That's the website of Freedom Ministries. But yeah, there is also a link on there at the bottom where you can join us live on Sundays at 10 a.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. Mountain at freedomministries.live. So anyway, complete freedom and everything you could ever desire in life already exists. Has to. If God's the same yesterday, today, and forever, and there's no change, there's no space or time in God, He's the presence of everything at all times, then everything has to exist. And what's really cool is neuroscientists, quantum science, quantum physics, everything about it is showing people how divine you have always been, that you've always shared in the unlimited and creative ability of God. And you've just covered it up with religious teachings that somehow you're unrighteous, you're unholy. Even the concept of quote unquote amartia, ameros, or sin is 100% mistranslation, guys. You've always been God's highest perfection. You've always been his highest creation. You've never once, ever, 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 or never could ever, ever be separated from the love of God. Those are religious ideas of mistranslations. It literally means you shall share and experience what comes out of the highest point of God. A meros, the mem, the flow. Uh, hey, you shall behold the resh, the highest point of God. Your head is literally what it says. And unfortunately, the mistranslations in the fourth century said not the mark of God. No, no, no. It's actually you will experience the mark of God, the presence of God. So anyway, 100% good. There's 100% good news in the good news, and I'll record another message probably here, just once again showing you that in the original Greek and Hebrew pictures, there's no concept that you were ever unholy. It says you are the holiness of God. It never says you are unrighteous. It says you are the righteousness of God. It never says you are a sinner. It says you shall experience and behold the ability of God. Quite a difference. And so that's why it doesn't work, and it leads to depression and anxieties and fears and wars, literally, and turmoil all over the world because they think God's a just God and He's going to go get these bad guys, and somehow you're on the right side. Nothing can be further from the truth. So anyway, we've been seeing people experience these testimonies all over the world, guys. Um, some really fun ones from even some really big ministries. People that are connected to some of the biggest ministries in the world are tuning in, and when they just start to go, I really don't have answers of why all these things I can't explain in the English interpretation of Scripture. And why is it that all these other people are experiencing all these testimonies and quote unquote miraculous? There's nothing miraculous about it. We're just experiencing the unlimited potential of God that's always been there. So, anyway, just I assure you, there's nothing wrong with you. You've always been God's highest creation. You've always been perfectly loved. You will always be in perfect harmony and union with God. And over the next few weeks, I'm going to go through Rhonda Byrne's The Greatest Secret because I think to me it's the easiest and most well written way to let go of all of the things that are causing strife, distress in your life, and experience this effortless, unlimited flow of everything you could ever desire in your life. And so, one quote that she says is, your mind is the greatest power in the material world, physical world, because it will generate any material thing, any event, or any circumstance you want. Now, on the flip side, this is where religion comes in. It starts telling you you're dirty, unrighteous, unclean, unholy, you're a sinner. And it says, but if you believe those limiting beliefs and religious ideas, you'll begin to use your creative power against yourself. That's exactly what's happening. And so, anyway, here's what's really cool. You're so divine, guys. Your heart and emotions, your minds and feelings, your brain and heart, lots of ways to say it, are the creative ability of God. And what you think and what you feel, or your emotions, which just means energy and motion, actually generates a field of energy. And what science is actually showing, and from experience here and thousands of people we've already shared this with Freedom Ministries, is what you think and what you feel, what's generating out of your whole body, particularly your heart area, somehow miraculously bends and shapes your life. Like the outside world reflects what's going on in the inside world. And Einstein kind of said this in this way. You've probably heard this famous quote. He says, "The field is the sole governing agency of the particle," meaning the energy that comes out of you in your thoughts and feelings actually bends and shapes the material world. And so that's what's pretty cool. So if you want anything in your outside world to change, that means that if I change what I think and feel, it actually starts to hardwire that into my nervous system. I create new neural connections in my brain, and that becomes the new me. And as you think and feel differently, everything in your life effortlessly starts to match the new energy created by your new thoughts and feelings. It's actually really cool. And you don't have to take this by faith. We'll talk about that a little bit because faith says, I don't know, I have to take this by faith. You can go and actually experience it for yourself. And so it's as simple as this. When you change your thoughts and feelings, you start to generate a different energy in your heart and mind, and the outside world miraculously changes to match that new energy. And to the point where we're seeing people, one of the cool testimonies of Corinne, if you get on um, the online fellowships on Sundays, this is cool. She started tapping into this. This is just one of many. But there was a person who couldn't get pregnant, a friend, and then she just really like, hey, listen, I know I have the energy to see you already whole with kids, and that is the atomic power of God. Not only can I experience it for myself, I can actually translate that. I can actually see this love and power of God flowing from my heart area, touching you, and know that that's the creative power of God. To the point where she goes, not only are you not sterile, because God still knows how to produce kids, do you want twins? I love that because a lot of people are like, oh, please, Lord, please, if it's your will, and all these religious prayers. Um, Please, could I get pregnant? She was so sure. She's like, listen, I know how this works. Not only can you get pregnant, I can see you being pregnant, and that's the atomic energy of God to produce the pregnancy. Do you want twins? And sure enough, she said, yeah. So she went from not being able to get pregnant to literally giving birth to twins. Really cool. Huh? That's just one. And so here's what's really cool. So let's just explore this concept. If every possibility already exists, in English translation, you could take this scripture where it says, um, all things are possible. Now they said to him who believes, that belief, as I've shared with you in the past, is from the root pistis, which is faith. It has nothing to do with you ginning up enough willpower to, I gotta believe. It literally says this is a divine promise from God. So the concept of faith that we've been taught in the Western translation is not even close to what it actually says. There's nothing you must do in order to produce. It's a divine promise of God that He will produce, or the presence of God will work. Now, that actually gives you faith, which is really an interesting thing. You start having the energies like, wow, there's a promise that I share in the unlimited potential and possibility and the creative ability of God. I will experience it. That's literally what that concept says. So anyway, but let's just say every possibility exists, which is true because all things already are available and already exist as potential energies of God, as just energy. And when you change the energy, it materializes and slows down into the physical world. So if every possibility already exists, that means your divine health and your divine health of for others already exists. Is your abundant life that you could ever dream of already exists. Your amazing relationships in every area of your life already exist. If you desire a skyrocketing career, if you desire a successful business, that potential already exists. It has to, if all potentials exist. Now, here's what's really cool when you let go of any thought and feeling contrary to that, when you let go of the feelings of fear, lack, scarcity, you naturally let go of all those limiting beliefs that you've collected over the years and all the thousands of thoughts that go with them. And all that's left is what you've always been, the true presence of God, the unlimited power and creative ability of God, where you simply have a thought and every atom in the universe moves to fulfill your thought because there's nothing standing in the way to limit you. That's why I really want to go through Rhonda Burns' The Greatest Secret in the World. She does a great job articulating these ideas. And not only that, um, gives you ways for you to naturally experience this. So here's, I'll share another quote from the book that I think will excite you. It says you can permanently release negative feelings. Negative feelings are just limiting beliefs, and they feel negative because the presence of God in us knows we're never been limited and there's nothing negative ever. Yes, everything's okay. Divine love is unconditional. It doesn't say anything's good or bad. It says everything is. You can choose to experience anything. So you can permanently release negative feelings, include of all the suppressed negative feelings that you've accrued through your whole life. And when they're gone, you won't be affected by these negative feelings the way you once were. Here's what's really cool. When all those limiting beliefs and negative feelings are gone, here's what it says. Your health will begin to skyrocket. So will your finances, your relationships, and your entire life will skyrocket. Even better, once the negative feelings are all gone, you'll be standing unimpeded, meaning there's nothing that limits the creative ability of God in you anymore, in the joy and happiness of infinite awareness, she calls it. If you're more comfortable calling it the Spirit of God, great. Call it whatever you want. It's all the same. And so whatever you desire in your life will appear effortlessly. You'll have the experience of a human being while being the infinite being that you actually are. I love that idea. And so here's what's really cool. We'll get to the where the rubber meets the road here, where you can actually experience this. You don't have to spend hours meditating. It's fine if you do. A lot of people like it. It's great. But how long does it take God to be God? It doesn't take hours. There's no time. So you don't have to spend hours meditating. I would recommend you spend hours meditating rather than spending hours worrying, if that's the case. But you don't have to spend hours. This is natural. You don't have to go to seminary. You don't have to study the Word of God. They don't even know what the word is. The word is what comes out that creates. It has nothing to do with a book, literally nothing in the original Greek and Hebrew. What are the guys who wrote these stories? How come they didn't put it into a book? And it took Constantine in the fourth century to put in the book. Anyway, I can digress so fast, but like it's so far from what actually the beautiful stories that are actually in there in the original Greek and Hebrew word pictures. These beautiful stories of creation that are the only stories in the whole book. And so I just wanted to make sure you know, like, you're not so special that this won't work for you. This is who you are. This is natural to you. This has always been your ability of God. You don't have to learn how to manifest. You already are manifesting, I promise. If there's contractions in your life, feelings that are causing you distress, things that aren't going exactly how you would like it, I promise you, when you start to love those things dissolve, and the infinite presence of God, of love, of harmony, of successful business, successful career, a loving marriage naturally begin to just change and flow because you're generating a new energy. You don't have the energies of this is bad, this is really need to change. That's not unconditional love. Unconditional love is everything's perfect exactly how it is, and I'm going to bless it exactly how it is. So anyway, this is natural, is what I'm trying to say to you. This is, you don't have to become special or become enlightened. I know even some of the people I love, you already have the light of God. You don't need to become enlightened. You let go of the stuff that's not that's saying that you're not already enlightened, and you'll naturally be enlightened. That's just how it works. So, how can you, if it's really true that complete freedom and everything you could desire could is already available, how do we practically do it? Here's what I would do. Start by taking some deep breaths and just allow your mind and body to completely relax. What that does naturally is you go past your analytical mind and you start tapping into the subconscious mind, which is where all your programs are. It's like a computer program. If you let go of I'm poor and nothing works out for me, the natural ability of God that there's abundance and more than enough everywhere at all times begins to flow out of you. It actually hardwires you that you start creating that new energy. So take some deep breaths and just allow the presence of God to overwhelm you. Just take some more deep breaths and just let your body completely relax. And let your mind completely relax. And you can tell yourself whatever you want here. I like to just say things like every time I breathe, my body and mind completely relaxes, and everything in my life starts to effortlessly flow in my life. Everything good starts to effortlessly show up in my life. And when you're in that slower brainwave state, which the scientists call alpha and theta, you begin to believe that. Your mind just takes it as, oh, that's who we're going to be now. Cool. Now, after you've relaxed yourself by taking some deep breaths, is just notice anything you feel about anything in your life, anything that's contracting, that feels distressful, any situation in your life that isn't going exactly how you would like it. And here's what's really cool. Most of us, our whole life goes, ooh, we don't like that. We feel distress. Oh, please, God, please change that. That doesn't work. Unconditional love says everything's okay. I'm going to love this situation exactly how it is. So just allow yourself to feel that uncomfortable feeling a minute. Just go, in my heart area, in my body, how do I feel about this situation? And just be very honest, and it'll feel contracted. It'll feel, ugh, it doesn't feel good. It'll feel fearful, anxiousness. And just allow that to be there a minute. You don't have to try change it. You don't have to try push that feeling down. Now, here's what's pretty cool. The love and harmony of God that's always available, that's always present. You can drink as much of this in as you want. That will solve any situation for you and bring everything into your life into harmony is always available in infinite amounts. So just in your heart area, just try sense and notice the love and harmony that's always available there. The love and harmony of God is always available in infinite amounts. I don't have to worry about anything. And just notice that that love and harmony is available. And then you can just begin to love and bless that situation and how you feel exactly how it is. You don't have to try change it. You can say either within yourself or out loud, I love you. And I'm going to allow this situation and love this situation. I'm going to allow myself to feel exactly how I feel. And I'm going to love this feeling and bless this feeling. It's okay for it to be here. I love you. And you'll feel the contraction naturally start to release. Those feelings of fear, anxiety, desperation naturally dissolve in the infinite presence of love, which is your true nature. I promise you, when you just allow everything to be and allow yourself to feel however you feel about any distress situation in your life, those feelings of fear, those feelings of scarcity, those feelings of lack naturally just start to release. You'll naturally start to feel the freedom in your mind and body as as those negative energies, those limiting energies begin to release. Now, here's what's really cool. The truth is that you can trust in the love and harmony of God to love and support you. That you can just let go of anything, any worry, any stress in your life, and just know that love responds to me. God, I'm just going to let all of this go. Just release any feeling I have about this situation. I'm going to love this situation and bless the situation. And just know that the love of God and all of the source of creation responds to me. And if I just let that negative energy go, it'll handle it and solve it and bring everything into harmony in a beautiful way that's perfect for me. And just allow yourself to feel that freedom in your heart and mind, knowing that you can let go and trust in a love greater than yourself to handle everything perfectly for you. It'll just resolve itself for you. That's pretty cool. That's the release part of releasing those negative energies. Now, the cool part is when you change your thoughts and your feelings, your energy that you start generating from within changes, and your whole life naturally begins to change to reflect the new thoughts and feelings you have. So, one of the things that I've found the easiest thing to do is how would you feel if you knew that love responds to you and all of your prayers have already been answered? How free would you feel? What would you willing to be finally let go and surrender in your heart or Lord, I just let go. I'm going to let this love that you have for me handle everything for me in a beautiful way for me. And it's going to be win-win. Every situation and everyone involved in this party comes into harmony. Just feel how loved and grateful you are and completely free you feel knowing that all your prayers are answered. And then you can just allow yourself to, and images come to mind to see life exactly how you want it to be, as if it's already done. You see the end result. You enjoy the end result. You can see yourself enjoying this with others. You can see yourself talking to your spouse or family members, goes, isn't it amazing how everything worked out? Just feel how free you feel how grateful you feel. You'll naturally feel grateful. You'll feel in awe of, wow, why didn't I just let go and allow the love of God to take care of this for me sooner? I'm so grateful, God. And I promise you that as you let go of those energies of scarcity, lack, etc., and start to allow yourself to feel the thoughts and feelings of everything is amazing. I can trust and love greater than myself. I'm so grateful that everything worked out exactly how I wanted it. Those new thoughts, those new feelings generate a different energy, and all creation responds to the new energy and bends and shapes itself to the energy being created by your heart and mind. That's how divine you are. That's how everything works. So as you change your thoughts and feelings, you change your energy, and the outside world changes to match that new energy. That's the atomic power of God. Now, here's what's really cool. If you're new to this, I'll just leave you with this. This came up in fellowship last week. Um, Somebody asked my friend Ben, who was a minister for 30 years, they said, "So you're no longer a believer." I loved what he said. He said, "No, no, no. I don't have to take anything by faith anymore. I know. I've personally experienced the love and intimacy of God. I don't have to believe. I know." Like, wow, that's beautiful, Ben. That's the truth right there. So you go from being a believer and a person of faith, which I find when you really dig down into it, there's really not much there. They're trying to gin up faith because they think if I believe it, my faithometer gets high enough, then it'll work. No, everything works when you flow in the unconditional love of God and let everything else, let God handle that. So, what's cool is you don't have to go and take this by faith. You can experience it for yourself. Now, what's fun is uh, love is responsive. Love never demands anything from you. Love is always giving out of itself. So you can go, hey, God, I'm new to this. I want you to show me a sign this week that it's working and make it come in a way that's so beautiful, that's so profound that it leaves no doubt in your mind, like, wow, that can only be from God. And just allow yourself to go, I know love responds to me and is going to show me. So I don't have to be a person of faith or believe. I can personally experience and go, now I know and can trust the love of God will bring everything into my life in harmony. And you watch, love will respond. If you just if you just pay attention and just go about kind of like this expectancy, like this is going to be so cool. I can't wait to see how this all unfolds. Unexplainable things, synchronicities, like things will just happen, and you'll learn to begin to trust this love of God that responds to you and handles everything in a beautiful way for you. Now, at the end of any meditation, at the end of your prayer, just experience unconditional love again. You can just bless everything about your life. You can say out loud or within again, I love myself. I love everything about me. I love me and I bless me. And and just love and bless your past. I love and bless my past. Love and bless your future. I love and bless my future. I love and bless my enemies. I love and bless every situation in my life. Thank you, Lord. And I'm so grateful that all my prayers have already been answered. I love and bless this new life. And as best you can, throughout the day, throughout the week, if you get to start thinking and your old patterns and fear, whatever, that's okay. That's pretty natural. Just know that, oh, I can go through that process again. And most importantly, know that you don't have to be perfect. Love doesn't demand perfection. Love is the perfection that works out any imperfection. So you don't have to be perfect if you, oh my God, I had a negative thought that's going to come jump on me now. You don't just allow yourself to slip up a little bit. Don't beat yourself up over that. Because as I've shared before, love is so powerful that even a few seconds of experiencing that love and that freedom and gratefulness that I know I can trust a love greater than myself to bring everything into harmony is enough to counteract all the negative things you did all day. You don't have to be perfect. Just remind yourself that love is infinite, has atomic power, it works out everything for you. And just love and bless your new life. I love my life. I bless my new life. This is how you're supposed to live, guys. This is how you're naturally supernatural. This is the freedom that's always been available to you. And I promise you that you can experience complete freedom and everything you want in life already exists. You can have it. So we look forward to sharing with you this weekend. God bless you guys.